Woo! Hello out there. Oh, yeah. Do look at it. Family and friends. Grand rising, grand afternoon, grand evening. Oh, oh, yeah. Woo! Wherever you happen to be on this most lovely, beautiful, and delicious planet of ours. Ooh, terra firma, yeah, yeah, honey, 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 ooh, yes, yeah, woo. This is fantastic Freedom Fridays, y'all. Yes, it is fantastic because we create the most fantastic story mhm, about how we would love for our lives to be. Yes, we do. Freedom? Well, now, we have the freedom to choose again and again and again. If we don't like it, we have the freedom to choose again until it suits us. Friday, Fridays, Friday. Thank God it's Friday, 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 Friday. Fridays. Woo! What y'all doing this weekend? I sure hope you're planning to have some fun, 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 fun. You know, fun is a necessity, not a luxury. And you know why I say that? Because it is true. It has been proven that when we have fun and get away from all that stuff about thinking about this and worrying about that, running around and jumping through hoops for other people and stuff, stop that. Have some fun. In fact, fun is the most important thing to put on the list before anything else, really. Because fun gives us the opportunity to take a break from the everyday thing, to take a break, step back, let go so that new ideas can come in. And also, to replace some of them old ones that don't work, you don't really become totally aware of them or how you can shift them or transform them into something that works for you unless you step away and go have fun. And then all the ideas and new opportunities pop in, literally, not just the new ideas popping in. You go, oh, wow. But the opportunities have the space now to show up in your experience. And in actuality, those opportunities have been sitting there all the time in front of you, just was not tuned into that channel. But you can more easily get tuned into that channel when you step away in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. And something, something, don't know the rest of it. Woo! Go back to church. I did. In a very positive, beneficial, loving way. See, I go where people love me and I love them. It ain't superficial. It is a genuine oneness where we are thinking each other's thoughts, seeing each other's visions, and you show up and they go, woo! And they start talking, and that's the same thing you just now heard and just now dreamed, whatever it is. They say, oh, I saw that yesterday. Yeah. What was I doing yesterday? Dreaming and thinking about them. See, there's no separation. There's no separation. We all one. We can't hide nothing. And if you're trying to hide something, then that just means, well, you're not feeling too comfortable with your own self, and you don't know who you really are. How about that? Like my pink today. Yeah, I went shopping on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? I can't remember. Things all run together sometimes. Yeah, I believe it was. Yes, Tuesday, because I took my son with me to shop. I remember now. Just before he going to summer school, which started yesterday. So the last chance for him to actually shop with me, for him to go do what he wants to do, because he loves to shop. He's a fashionista. He loves to find nice clothes and put outfits together and get up and like, he does that now. Along with looking at himself in the mirror. 17, teenagers, they do that. We was all that back in the day. But yes, I took him shopping and he found some things for himself. And me being the pink and leopard lady, I found some pink things and I was so happy. I found some leopard too. I'll show y'all that next week. I found some more leopard to wear. To wear. So anyway, having fun, see? And yes, fun is a necessity. And on that lovely note, let me first introduce myself before I go into you know, the lovely sharing of stories, powerful stories. Let's see. If you don't know me by now, it's time for you to get to know me. Yes, it is. Yeah. If you don't know me by now, it's time for you to get to know me. Uh-huh. Yes. Woo. My name is Terry Lynn Page, and I'm also known as Queen Tierra Calafia Bay del Cristo. And I did explain how I got all those names over the progression of years of studying with different powerful shamans. And yes, they all named, put this way, they tacked on new names. They tacked more onto the name I already had. How about that? And I am a spiritual healer. And I assist people in healing their lives and returning to harmony, back into harmony with their soul's true purpose, right here and right now, not past lifetimes and the future and all that stuff. Because really all that's happening right here, right now at the same time, side by side. There really is no past, present, or future. It's only really now. Now you choose which reality or dimension or timeline you wish to step into and experience in this moment. Woo. Yes, I'm a spiritual healer and I assist people in coming back into harmony with their true life, true soul's purpose in this lifetime. And I implement various modalities. Sound healing is one of them. Sound healing. As a musician, singer, I play instruments, various instruments, and also sing, of course, as you well know, to help people or assist people into raising their frequency and getting back in touch with that harmony, that music within their own souls that they brought forward in this lifetime to experience and offer for others to experience them in their true form, their true state of expression. Ooh, yes. And I offer a sound healing one-on-one as well as in group sessions, mostly group sessions. And I also offer NST, the neurosensory technique, and that is a modality that is based on the teachings and the works of Dr. Joe Dispenza and Dr. Bruce Lipton and Dr. Greg Braden, the three amigos in the quantum field. quantum science. And this modality helps us to get back into our bodies because many of us have experienced traumas in this lifetime as well as previous lifetimes and future lifetimes, and just came back in time to heal it right here and right now and assist the planet in doing the same thing. Ooh, did I say that? Yes, I did. And many jump out of their bodies when they're experiencing traumas because as little children, we don't have the tools to process traumas. So we shut down in some areas of our brain and it translates into the body. Be over on the floor, huddled next to the sewing machine, or huddled over by side the kitchen cabinets, navigating this third dimensional vessel, this temple, from out there somewhere, rather than being totally grounded right here in the body. And as we know, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Well, if you're home, he ain't knocking on your door. You can go down the street, around the corner somewhere. Because when people are home, not interested in coming there. You might get shot. Did I say that? Yeah. Or a dog might get them. So they don't come in the house. People's in there when you are totally in there. And this NST assists in coming back home to yourself, and fully embodying. Anytime there is discomfort, dis-ease in any place in our life or in our body, it's because we ain't home, we ain't in there. Fear, trauma is what makes us jump out. And that doesn't happen just in childhood, in adulthood too sometimes, because the childhood thing has not been healed. There's other layers of it that is still operating and asking to be released. Our bodies, they heal on their own. We get out the way. That stuff in there, taking up that space, got our foot on the neck of the hose, then that wholeness it's being pinched off, as Abraham says. Pinched off, we got to take our foot off that hose and allow all the joy, the beauty, the wholeness to come back in. To allow it in, which is its natural state, the flow, microcosmic orbit, flow. Up Jacob's ladder. Come back in, bring in the light, the golden white light. Pico, pico, pico. And then up again. Ooh. Microcosmic orbit. Yes. And I offer the NST, neurosensory technique, in private sessions. I have done some that were group. But it's becomes so personal, that it's most effective when it's then one-on-one. And we can go deeper so than you could if you was just in a group of people and doing this when I'm presenting this modality. I also offer guided meditations, one-on-ones and group sessions, meditations. I also offer the Diksha Blessing Transmission. Diksha Blessing Transmission is a modality out of India. And this assists us in removing the stinking thinking, the kind of thinking that creates all the shit that's in the table in your life. Yeah. The dog outside, this is next door. Be part of the show now, huh? They're barking. But remove that stinking thinking and replacing it with the holy smell of the rose of Sharon, the Christed thoughts, Christ thinking, that restores the wholeness in mind, body, and spirit. Yea, our entire life, the way it's showing up. Diksha Blessing Transmission. And that one I offer in group sessions, one-on-ones as well. And I also offer music CDs, inspirational music CDs. Woo. Mother Earth Divine, the peace channeled from my mother through me. In the backseat of my van playing my Metallica. And, later on, it got its name. People I played it for the first time as an instrumental, they didn't know what it was. They just start feeling their own mothers and talking about how their mothers blessed their life and how they miss their mothers and their mothers cooking and their mother telling beautiful bedtime stories and mother bringing gifts from abroad when she came home to her kids. All that. Everybody was in some kind of a trance talking about their mother. I was like, whoa. My friend told me, now you know what to name it. I said, yeah, I named it Mother Earth Divine. And my mother was a mother born on Earth Day. And she was definitely, and still is, divine. And my other CD, another CD I've written and produced, music I've written and produced, is an inspirational self empowerment CD called Reclaim Your Birthright Self Empowerment Workout. And that's one where I assist, the divine assists you through me to reclaim what is divinely yours in this life and really been yours from all the lifetimes you ever been experiencing. Reclaiming your power in a fun way, not something serious. Ain't no seriousness going on up in here. Everything is about having fun. Children learn best, and so do adults. Learn best, and live. I was gonna say that, live and thrive, having fun. The information gets cemented in there in such a way that it's easily replayed naturally and harmoniously, easily, and feeling good all the time because you had fun when you was learning it. When that information was being downloaded, you was having fun when that happened. If it wasn't, and guess what? Every time it comes, every time you think about it, you create some nasty something in your life. And you wonder where the hell it came from. Well, it's because whoever taught you from a place of duress and thisness. And you should be different than what you are-ness. You shouldn't be doing that. We got other things to do. Slapped on the hand with a ruler. So yeah, you may have learned it, but under duress. And really it wasn't because it was something that was going to benefit you or you felt would benefit you. It was because you were scared to death. They scared the hell out of you. Which is not a foundation upon which to create love, light, wholeness, self-expression, freedom. No. Thisness begets more thisness over and over and over again. And they wonder where it came from. Beat, whipped, balled out, chastised to do right. And do that to your own kids, do it to everybody else, because that's what was done to you. And our forebearers before us all got done to them. So you come down in the DNA and perpetuate the same thing over and over again. Wonder why your kids be acting like they do. You did that. Yeah. Yeah. You did that. Oh my goodness. People calling me while I'm doing this. Let me see. Make sure it's not something important now that I'm talking about kids. Let's see. But yes. Yes. Reclaiming your birthright. Self-empowerment workout. And all those modalities that I offer are in my shop. QueenTiarasTreasure.etsy.com. So stop by my shop and get some fun things for yourself. I also offer oils as well. Oils. Powerful oils. Money oils. And Lottery Millionaire 888 oils. Yes. That's what I offer. And yeah, stop by my shop and have some fun. QueenTiarasTreasure.etsy.com. And, 25% off of everything in my shop. And if it's not posted, sometimes it expires before I get back to it to repost it. Just DM me, and instantly I grant you 25% off. How about that? All right. Now, just to make sure there was nothing that was important. Let me see what that was there. Hold on just a moment. Let me take a look. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, let's make sure it wasn't somebody that really needed to get my attention. It's called phishing telemarketers, I suppose, because the number doesn't exist. How about that? Let's turn this off so we don't have any more interruptions. Anyway, on that note of, yeah, stop by my shop and I will grant you a 25% off coupon to shop to your heart's content. And these are all things in my shop that I use myself. And especially the oils, I always test them on my friends before I put them in my shop. And oh, wow. And then if there's something I need to tweak in the recipe, then I do. But that just never happened. It's like right on. And I've got Jesus Christ oil, the healing. I am Jesus Christ is what it's called. Some might listen to that and say, "Ooh, that's blasphemy." No, we are that. We are the Christ. And I'll add this note right here. I've been watching a show called The Chosen. It's right here on YouTube. I've been following them since the very first season, around the time I started my inner child work in 2022. And I remember, well, there's a scripture, I believe it is, where Jesus is talking. He's saying, "Oh, how long must I suffer you?" In other words, how long gotta put up with you? He was not talking about the masses or the people or the throng that would always go, "Oh, master, let us touch the hem of your garment." All those. He wasn't talking about them, the Gentiles, or he wasn't talking about them. And he wasn't talking about the Pharisees either. He was talking about his own disciples. How about that? His disciples. They was hard-headed, slow to get the message, and he was repeating things over and over and over again. And I never thought about all that till I heard Brother Joe Dispenza on one of his videos. He said, "Oh yeah, he said I got all this to do with all that. I got a crucifixion coming up. I got all these things I got to take care of, and I got the 12 guys. Don't know what the hell I'm talking about." And and he was joking, but he wasn't really. Oh, he came from Catholic too. He never understood what was, till later in life what was really going on, and who he truly is. And I was just, oh, that's funny, But when I watched it and saw that, it's like, oh yeah. I don't want to give anything away if you haven't seen it, but there is one part of one of the episodes, where his mother is combing his hair, and he said, "I don't know what to do." He said, "They just don't get. What am I going to do with them? I just don't. What else can I do?" And he would repeat things over and over, and they still didn't get it. They still keep asking the same, questions like they never heard anything. And there's some secrets in there. Well, not secrets, but I mean some revelations in there around certain things where the disciples believe that he gave them the power to go and heal people and stuff when he sent them out 2 by 2s and stuff like that to go into these places and do healings on people and stuff. And they did it. Woo! He was, and all that time they was thinking he gave them the power to do that. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He awakened that power within them that was already there, that's already in all of us. to do those works. That's why he said, these works shall you do and greater work shall you do. What was he talking about? You already have the ability. He didn't give it to him. It was already there. So they didn't get that until after, he resurrected and went on somewhere else, go to his next level of growth. He don't stop. Yes, he resurrected himself. Blasphemy. I don't think so. But a lot of them didn't get it until he was already gone. He came back and taught them again after he resurrected and stuff again. So, okay, then he went on about his next level of what he needed to go do in France and other places on the planet. Okay? And some of them still didn't get it. However, later on, many of them did become saints. They did become ascended masters, like he was training them all along, esteemed masters. But that's another story. I ain't going to get on to that. Anyway, what was our loaded question for the day? I think it was, are you using your freedom to choose? Are we using our freedom to choose what we desire to experience in this life? How are we using our freedom? Are we really free at all? Are we recognizing our freedom? Are we aware of our freedom? Are we using our God-given or divine-given freedom? Our freedom, what comes with that freedom is the freedom to choose what we desire to experience. Are we using it? Or are we just living or existing by default? In other words, allowing circumstances or that which is out there, outside of us, people and things, to dictate what it is that we should be experiencing? We're giving our power away. And if we have, have we taken it back yet? Have we reclaimed our birthright yet? Something to think about. We all have the power, the freedom to choose. That is our birthright, to choose what we wish to experience. And if it didn't turn out what we like, we have the freedom to choose again. Rewrite that script. I've been preaching this for weeks and weeks, for years and years. It takes practice. Practice makes perfect practice. Because the learning and the growth do not stop. And it doesn't stop after you jump out the body. That's a jump. Some just smoothly go out. And we choose that as well. Ooh, don't throw no stones at me. I am not preaching blasphemy here. Yes, we all have the power to choose when, how, all of that. We might not be consciously aware of it, of the stage play that we have already written on how we're doing that and why. Oh, Lord. Some practitioners say, oh, yeah, he made lots of mistakes. Well, we all do. Or missteps. But then we rewrite that script. You see, those disciples had the power in them all along, really. To raise the dead, to heal the sick, walk on water, do all them things. But they had not come into holy alignment with it yet. They still had doubt, unbelief, and worshiping of the master teacher instead of recognizing the master teacher is them and inside them. Why do you think he had to get up and go somewhere else? Put a good old stage play and die, come back and go somewhere else. So if the longer he stayed with them physically, Because really, he never left them. Stay with them physically, then they be looking at him thinking he's supposed to do everything. When he already gave, then he well, unlocked or showed them what was already in them. Duh. And we doing that all the time, ain't we? But it's time to recognize that, wait a minute. Oh my God, wait a minute. This past week, let's see, I was scheduled to go and do was it last Saturday? Yeah, last Saturday, the 15th, to go and do a recording, to record some material with a friend. Might not be a friend anymore now, I don't know. I won't go there. But nevertheless, we're supposed to sign some contracts and go do all that. And my guts are doing all kinds of things. And he would say, oh, because you were scared to be who you are. No. When I looked at it and released it, oh, it was jumping through hoops to do what I love to do. Catch this train, catch this bus, go this, all this, spend all day, deplete my energy, everything to go do this thing, to go do what I love. The divine didn't tell me to do that. My yoke is light. Relax into the flow. And stop going up, trying to go upstream. Move with the flow, the energy. That was not a flow. And that involved many other people too. Put it this way. I caught it. It was pointed out to me. Ooh, what you doing? Which is what many of us have learned to do, or is programmed in our circuitry to do, to suffer, to jump through hoops, to be who we are not in order to do what we love to be doing. Oh, and let alone love what you want to do. Oh, no. Oh, you should be making money and doing stuff to make money. What you doing, oh, you can make no money doing that. Who you think you are? There's a lot of that by our predecessors, because that's what they were programmed to believe about themselves. And when we catch it, if we ever do, then we rewrite that script, turn it around. And if you saw the beautiful picture of my beautiful son with the bird holding the cockatoo like a baby, what came about for that day, since everything, I canceled it because it was not who I was, and I'm not here to suffer. The me that believed in that a long time ago, before my inner child work and transformation started happening, but it kept doing that kind of thing. That's what she did. That's what the old Terry always did. Jump through hoops, become something else in order to do what I love to do, or in order to make money, in order to be this or that. And it was not who I am. And I did that. My family did that. Some of them still doing it. No. That's not who I am anymore. That's that person. That's I'm somebody else now. The other me, the ever improving me in this particular chapter. Not that I've arrived and perfect, because I sure am not. I'm perfect in my imperfection. In my imperfection, I am perfect. So on that date, which was scheduled on the calendar to go and get in the studio with this person, it turned into something else. And that picture you saw, my intro there, that's my beautiful son. We all went to Ventura Beach, Ventura Harbor. What a wonderful experience. I wouldn't have missed for the world. You see, my son, he's on the spectrum, high functioning. Some things, a lot of things, he shy away from, I don't want to, And he's developing to such a being to where he's like, he wants to give hugs, get hugs, and hold a bird that he didn't even know. Hold a bird he didn't even know. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we had a fabulous outing on the beach, and we're planning on doing that again because everything turned out so beautifully. And even myself, the bird was, I didn't hold the bird became a hat on my head. Those pictures are on Facebook. It had a cockatoo hat. And here's the thing, when we get out of the way of what we think is supposed to happen, the way we think is supposed to happen, something so much more beautiful than we could ever have thought or imagined Now, on that story, with our lovely friend that we went with, Auntie M, at her house, at their house, we set the tone, as Abraham Hicks teaches. Set the tone. We got out ahead of the whole experience. We didn't know what was going to happen. We just knew we signed up to have fun and for everybody in the caravan to have fun. Everybody. We use a filter. Pico, pico, pico. Pico means chakra in Hawaiian. Pico, pico, pico. We pull in the divine energy, the golden white light, our sustenance, our daily bread, as the Bible says. And it's for just today, not tomorrow, next week, and next month. Only what is for today filters in through that filter. And our lessons, lovely, peacefully, and easily learned today. Pico, pico, pico. Clearing all the chakras of any dense debris, any debris. You know where the hose might be called. All that density out as we're receiving in the golden white light through the corona. Down to each chakra. We have a chakra also that came in 2012 called choose, and it's here. Choose. The power to choose. That chakra opened up in 2012. So it's the 8 chakras, there's more, there's 12 actually. But this one is choose. Not truth. Truth is here. Choose is here. There's one in between. And there are others in between I'm not going to talk about right now. But I did that rising before we all left on my own, this particular one. That everybody wins, everybody has fun. Everybody delights in this day. Beautifully. There shall be peace. There shall be harmony. There shall be full cooperation. And everybody gets what they want, what their hearts desire, including me, faster than the speed of light. And have a sense of humor as well. That came up. There's a part of that we already know, but a book I've been reading for the past week, I believe it is, and there's something in that on having a sense of humor and going with the flow. Well, we went to lunch. Everything worked out beautifully right there. We took pictures and stuff, and there was a booth there where a man had birds. He had a cockatoo and he had a little parrot. And I'm like, and I remember the days when my father had a parrot, you know. So I'm like, oh, look at the birds. Do you want to look at the birds? And my son goes, yes, let's look at the birds. So everybody else in the group said, oh, okay, go look at the birds, you know. And we went and looked at the birds, and the guy that at the stand, he brought the cockatoo over to my son. Now my son is like, okay, wait, you know. And I just thought it's okay, just relax, you know. And he said, oh, son, he said, sit up straight, because he was trying to give him the bird, you know, not flipping the bird, but give him the bird, the cockatoo. I said, baby, just relax, it's okay, you know. And he said, hold your hands like this, he said, you know, and then he put the bird in his arms. My son's like, and he looked at the bird. And he smiled like. So, of course, Auntie M got that shot as soon as she could. She took the picture. And then next, the man put the parrot in my, he said, hold your hand out. He put the parrot in my hands. Okay. Like, oh, my God. Oh, it was beautiful. The birds, you know, they just relax. I'm sure he trained them that way. But however, I do know, I'll get to this in a moment. So I'm holding the bird. Then next, I give him the bird back. And it brings the cockatoo over to me. He says, okay. And he puts the cockatoo on my head. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And the bird's butt was, you know, facing this direction. I'm like, oh, and I'm just relax on the bird. And then I closed my eyes like, oh, and then And next thing, I felt this running down my face, down my shoulder. I'm like, oh, and immediately the old me popped and said, I knew this was going to happen. Oh my God, I knew this was going to happen. But in an instant, I pivoted, which is what Abraham teaches about. Catching it before 14 seconds and rewriting that script in that moment. In that moment, I was like, okay, wait a minute. There's nothing to worry about here. I'm saying it to myself out loud. Nothing to worry about here. I brought extra clothes just in case this is what's happening. This is what's happening. I have extra clothes. No problem. I relaxed. And then everybody started laughing. He said, oh, relax. It's just water. Because he had a spray bottle. I'm like, oh my God. In that moment, right? And then my friend, Auntie M, she was livid. I could see it on her face. And later she said, he had no right to, you don't do that to people. And she went into that whole spiel. And I'm kind of like, yeah, that's one reality. And she couldn't believe that in that moment I was so calm and cool. And I just kind of shifted everything. And I explained to her, this is what I've been reading for the past week about having a sense of humor. And remember, I said, everyone wins. Everyone has fun in this. And I looked over at our dear friend, our dear brother, who drove us there. And he was laughing. He had a smile on his face. I have never seen that man smile, and I've never seen him laugh. But not, he really had a great time. And I said, that did it for me. I said, everybody wins. Everybody enjoys this trip, this outing. And I looked at him and said, that's it, I'm done. Whatever happened, I don't care. See him. That's all that mattered to me. Now, yes, in some instances you would say, oh, he didn't ask anybody's permission to do what he was doing and put the bird, give everybody the bird, and put the bird on he didn't ask permission. But here's the thing. In the third dimensional realm, perhaps not. Verbally, perhaps not. But the way the tone was set for that day by myself and by me and Auntie M and my son, and then when she went away, I did my own thing there to cover every base. This was the lesson that filtered in for that day. That day. And because of my training, I was able to shift the energies in that moment on a dime, and bring myself back to a place of peace, harmony, and relaxation. Lighten up was the message. Have a sense of humor. That was in my lesson earlier, in my reading earlier that day. And it turned out beautifully. And my son has never held a bird. Never held a bird. He held a little puppy, maybe, not too many animals. He's not, except cats. He's a cat person. He loves cats from here to eternity, and they love him. He has a relationship, a communication he has with them that is, that we discovered at the age of 1.5. No, wait. 2, 3. It might have been when he was 3. Yeah. A high-pitched frequency that he verbalized. The babysitter was like, what is that he's doing? He's freaking the dog out. And I listened to him later on, just kitty speak. Because I had it when I was his age, and the age of 5. But his was more of a higher pitch than mine was. So he's not only talking to third dimensional kitties, he's probably talking to Bastet, Paquettes, Sekhmets, and all the other cats. High galactic frequency. But anyway, when I showed him the picture when we got home, it's his favorite picture. So, oh my God, I was holding a bird. I'm so proud of myself. In that moment, he overcame any type of fear or, what is the word? Anxiety around, he held the bird. And he was so that rest of that day, even after that, was so beautiful. We spent more time on the beach, taking pictures, meeting new people. I bought some things that I requested before I went there. I want more pink. I want more leopard. And it was there. Women in business had booths there that day. Celebration of women in business. We danced to the music, to Stevie Wonder, and it was amazing. We never expected any of that stuff. But because we let go and let God or the divine flow and express itself through us, in us, as us. It was amazing. We did rewrite part of the script for the next time. Very small part of it in actuality, because everything is pretty much perfect. But one little detail, we wrote the script. So for the next time, that will be implemented. We have the freedom to choose what we wish to experience. We have the freedom to choose again and again and again until it suits us. Another experience. I knew as a mother that the best thing was for me to go and visit my son's summer school that he was going to, that he's there right now, go to before sessions began, so I would know where he's going, um, what time of the day, and how long it'll take to get there, the whole trip and everything. So in case for any reason I need to go there, then I know how to get there. And not only that, I will be aware of what kind of setting that he was going to be in, and to place the energies and the fields around that whole building, that whole campus, that whole place for everyone, for everyone to win and have a wonderful experience this year. So we went, and oh my goodness, we got there. The driver, the access driver, said, who was not familiar with that area at all. She didn't know where she was supposed to be dropping us off at. I said, well, I called the school while I'm sitting in the access. I'm like, okay. Construction was going on there, which we had no idea of construction. So the entrance and the exit is going to be the same, and it's not going to be the front of the school. It'll be the side where the garden is, close to where the construction's going on, right? Okay. I'm glad I got that right. And so we knew where to have her drop us off, which was perfect. And we knew also the entry and exit for while the kids are attending school as well. I would never have known that. So then I'm like, okay, so now it's time. She dropped us off just for like 10 or 15 minutes will be when the access comes to pick us up. The way it happened. So I thought, okay, keep my cool. Everything worked out beautifully. We got here in perfect timing. School wasn't even open, so it's not like we could go into the office and wait around. No, they told us by the time you guys get here, there's not going to be anybody here. So which was good, which meant we wasn't going to be hanging around for a whole half an hour waiting for a ride. Everything panned out beautifully. So, and then we're like, okay, where do we have them pick us up? Because there's construction. So we started walking. Let's walk. We walked around, and I showed him where if he had to catch the regular bus, this is where he'd catch it. Okay, so that was good. So then I thought, okay, and the phone, the reception was not good. I could barely hear them and barely hear me. But they heard me, but I could barely hear them. So they let me know where to tell the driver where to pick us up at. And so as I'm walking towards this other street, I said, wait a minute, I think that's the driver right there. And I saw him turn the corner. So I knew my intuition kicked in sharp. I said, don't go over there, go over there, because they don't really know where to send him. Go this way. And I walked that way, and there he was coming down the street. He said, and he saw me. He said, okay, I will turn around. And he picked us up there. He was amazing. He was so beautiful. And the ride home was so beautiful. We talked. He told me some stories. And he said, all we ever do is we do our best. He said, Mama, don't worry about anything. Everything will work out beautifully. And with the information, the tools that we've been given, we do the best that we can possibly do. And then God does the rest. God does the rest. He said, I've learned in my life experiences that happened the way they did. I didn't know why they happened that way. But down the line, I realized why they happened that way. Because that's the level that I was at. And that was the tools that I had at the time. Now, I've become a lot wiser since those experiences. He said, in some experiences, there isn't going to be anybody around to walk you through and tell you what you need to do. You got to depend on the God within. So this is why I'm so glad you're talking about your intuition, he said to me. So that's it right there. There wasn't anybody around. There wasn't. Not physically. Uh-oh. You see that? Wow. Not physically. Well, obviously they're here right now too. Justin. Okay. Nobody around physically, but you do the best that you can do right there where you are. There's no need to try and be perfect. We're not perfect. And it's okay not to be. It's talking, he's telling me all this stuff. I'm like, damn, this is God right here, right? They sent this man, this driver. And he said, I realized later on in my life why things happen the way they did. They don't always turn out the way you expect them to. Sometimes they turn out even better, and sometimes they don't. But then you know how to do it differently next time because of your experience. We're here to experience, not be perfect. And little did I realize that all this that he's telling me was not just about me and my son going to school, take it for summer school. He catches the school bus, he catches the city bus and then the school bus. I had to talk him through because the bus wasn't there yet. So he called me and said, okay, this is what you do. And it worked perfect. But not only for that situation, I had a performance that stepped in when I turned down the studio recording that was not in my highest and best interest, and that was to get me to jump through hoops and be who I am not. Then another opportunity showed up. I'm watching at my church, I'm watching the Wednesday night service. That's where they do the meditation and stuff, which I don't usually watch, but every once in a while I do. But this time they had sound healers on there. They had a sound healer on there, and I know who he is too. I just didn't know that he did sound healing. And he did his thing and shared with everybody. I'm like, ooh, he doing this on Wednesday night? I said out loud, I need to be over there on Wednesday night doing my sound healing. Yeah, I like that idea. I pondered it for a good 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to be over here Wednesday night doing my sound healing. Well, fast forward, I receive a call the Friday, right after that Wednesday, actually right here on this platform, Fantastic Freedom Fridays. Reverend called me on the phone while I'm doing my show. I said, I'm doing my show right here, the show. I'm sorry, baby. Call me back. I called her back and she said, I'm doing this thing. I'm doing this Juneteenth. We're putting this together. And do you know this song? I want you to sing this song, Gifted in Black. Young, Gifted in Black. You know that song? I said, I don't. She said, Aretha Franklin. I said, no, but you know what? I'm going to do it. Book me. I answered real fast. You know how come I knew to answer her yes real quick? Because she said, it's going to be on Wednesday night. That's all I need to know. Because I had just said, after watching my brother on there doing his sound healing, that I need to be there on Wednesday night doing my sound healing. Boom! I learned the song, got the background tracks. Actually, I had to make the background tracks with my technology that I'm in the process of upgrading now that I see what's going on. The next stage, get my equipment, my next piece of equipment. My own studio, build my own studio. It was beautiful. And I needed a backup singer. There was nobody. And then a name popped into my head. It's my mother's name. One of our members of the choir. Same name as my mother's name. That's it. Her. I called her. She said yes right away. We even coordinated our wardrobe without even knowing it. We're in the same colors and same African motif. I had no idea. She showed me a picture. I said, wait. And then we got dressed and she showed up in front of me. I said, oh my God. Everything went like this. You see, when you commit to being who you are and not who somebody else think you should be, and don't be jumping through nobody hoops and stuff. Be true and authentic, true to yourself. Truth. I speak and sing only the truth in all situations. I spoke the truth when that bird was on my head. And it was something funny. I didn't know it was in on a joke, but I implemented my teaching, my recent teaching, and I shifted it just like that. And everything is, whoa, oh. Yeah, growth, lessons and growth happen without trepidation. Gentle, loving, right? Because those are the words I spoke before going on that wonderful outing. with my beautiful family. It's this my family. My family. And I studied and studied to get this song down and stuff. And I heard that access driver in my he said, we're not here to be perfect. We're here to do the best that we can do with what we have in front of us. And God does the rest. Get out of the way. I remember what he said to me. This is why this man was preaching to me in that access. I had no idea that he was laying it out for me to get it and remember it when the circumstance or the situation show up. Yeah. Yeah. Everything worked out beautifully. We had a wonderful Juneteenth celebration at the church last Wednesday. And after it was over, I stayed in the bed the next day and read my book. You know, it was like, okay, I put the energy out. I did a show. I loved it. Everybody loved it. And it was like, so everybody was moved. I was moved. People think, oh, you get up there on that stage and you do what you do. You know, oh no, it's a relationship between myself and the audience. They're just as important as I can't do what I do without them. And they can't receive from me unless I'm up there giving it out. It's a relationship. It's a circle. It's not somebody standing up there. I'm the shit. And these people are here glorifying me. No. We are in the glory of God together. Without them, there would be no me. Without me, there would be no them. We are one. And the performance is right here on YouTube. It was wonderful. And so there will be more big bookings after that. And now I'm going deeper into my study. I also learned that don't wait till the last minute to get your materials together. Get on it right away. Because I went in to find the background and there was none for that song. Nowhere. Because the creators of that song, it was only their version, which was a reggae version. We was doing church, not reggae. You know, there was none. So I had to hook up with a company and make my own. I never did that before. I had to learn something new to do what I love to do. I had to learn something new. That's been there all along, but I wasn't aware of it. And so now I find out our sound tech at church, he got equipment in his house. I said, are you kidding me? He said, oh yeah, you can make karaoke and all kinds of. So that's what I do. So now that I know that he does that, I send the pieces over to him and let him do it. And that's only if I choose not to, because now that I know about the technology, I can do it myself. How about that? Lessons learned harmoniously and peacefully, not where you got to get smacked over the head. I have something unsavory happen. No. Many people decide, oh, I want to put these barriers or what would it say? My boundaries. Yeah, that's it. Well, a boundary is a brick wall that's pushed against something out there so it don't get in and mess with you. How positive is that? It's not. If anything, it makes it so the boundaries can get broken because you put up a fortress to keep something out. Whenever we push against something, we create a bigger issue. More what we don't want comes in. But with this realization of creating a filter, so that which is required, the food for the day, the daily bread, it filters in through the filter. And that which is not of use for you today is for tomorrow or for next week. There is no wall or barrier pushing against a filter, like when you make your coffee, right? You don't want the beans to get in, the grounds to get in there. It's just a filter, so just the coffee comes through. And then you use the grounds to put in your flower pot or in your garden to feed your garden. Everybody and everything wins. How about that? See? So anyway, on that lovely, fantastic note, I get really excited. So I hope y'all can still see me. My camera does some things when I get excited. There we go. The energies are coming in and I have an effect over electronics. So that's another area where I'm learning to keep the energies and the frequencies balanced. I won't talk about that. I have the ability to put lights out, electric, all that kind of stuff. So I'm learning to temper it as much as I possibly can so it doesn't interfere with things. And that's another story. Anyway, oh, lovely Goddess Marie. Oh, from Belize. Love you. Thank you for joining us today. Oh, she's one of my teachers too. She's Let me see, was she the first shaman or the second shaman? No, she's the second shaman that I work with. Yeah, teach me how to see the elementals. She's my baby boy's fairy godmother too. She know more about them than I do. How about that? Mystical things that he's able to do. Yeah, he showed me that he's able to do too. That's another story. You want to talk about these things shall ye do? And even greater? Oh, honey, we're not even done with the elementary stuff. The baby in the cradle stuff. Raising the dead and healing the sick. That's baby stuff. A greater thing shall you do is when you have matured beyond the cradle. More of us humans are still in the cradle, still messing around in the cradle. Well, that's a talk for another day. So yes, we have the freedom to choose, rewrite that script, step out ahead of the situation and write the script. So when it shows up in your experience, it's pretty much exactly what you wrote. And if any part of it is not, then you rewrite the script. If you got to replace an actor who is not quite obliging to play the role that you signed him up to play or that he agreed to play before y'all got here, and well, another opportunity will show up for him and he will go to that. He wins. You got a better opportunity. You call it another actor who is willing to play the role the way you wrote them to play it. And then they love it, that they love it. Can you tell I come from a family of celebrities and script writers, screenwriters? I do. Writers and screenwriters, and actors and musicians. I come from all of that. So I'm very well versed in how it works. And to use that as an analogy for manifesting your dreams, manifesting the life that you wish to live, to thrive. You write the script. You are the creator of your own reality, your own stage play. And the Galactics, they are watching us and they are cheering us on. Oh, she did that. Oh, you see how you see what? Oh, and many of them are learning by watching us. We the main event right here. And many of them don't know how to feel or how to express. They're watching us to see how we're doing it. Then there are those in the different centers of the galaxy and planetary systems who are watching us who don't like us. But they watch us anyway. And they may not be cheering us on, but because they're watching us, something in them transforms. And they see themselves, who they really are, who they've been being. What y'all think? Just because they from outer space somewhere that they're perfect and right and all that? Nah, they're just like we are because we came from there. And many waiting for the Galactics to step in and do these things and stuff and all that. We are the Galactics that have stepped in to shift the planet. How about that one? With responsibility. For whom much is given, much is required. And when you learn and remember the truth, not learn, but remember the truth, you got a big responsibility then because you can't go back to being what you was before because that don't work. Not for you or for anybody else who is depending on you to be who you truly are. So that they can remember how to be who they truly are. We're all in this together, my friend said to me today. She said, we're all in this together, girl. Yes, we are. And on that lovely note, I'm going to sign off. This has been fantastic Freedom Fridays, y'all. What y'all doing this weekend? I sure hope you're planning to have some fun. Because fun is a necessity, not a luxury. Live long and prosper.